this is the concept of the 3 degrees of interest. And the way it starts out is, you've got the smallest circle, which is either social, or in the tech world, I refer to it as user story. So think of it as you run into somebody at a party and you ask them, what do they do? You don't want to hear all about every little detail of what they do. You just want to hear, I'm a computer programmer, I work as an engineer, I'm an HR specialist, that's all you want to hear when you're at a party. So that's the social level. Then we go up to the next level where we're getting into more details. There's just more information to know. And I refer to that as the decision, or again, in the IT world or engineering world, it's the requirements. We're now starting to bring this world towards implementation. If we want to make a decision on something, we need to know more than simply, say we met 2 dentists at a party. Well, we want to know more than simply they're both dentists before we start picking. So we need more details. If we're going to write requirements, we need a little bit of technical added in. Then the third level you get to is simply the do it level, and for, again, in the tech world I live in, that's the code level. And that's the deepest level. And I mean, at that point, you're down in the weeds building the little individual pieces, and that's where your head is. And that's where most of us neurodiverse live, is we live in here. So the important thing is if you simply let the person know, okay, there's these 3 levels, and I want you to talk to me and answer me at this social kind of level. How do you like doing reporting? I don't want to hear about the programs that you do. I just want to hear about, yeah, that's something I like. I do a really good job. I've done this one. It was a great thing. So that you've helped them understand. Or maybe you want the technical answer and tell them, I want at the code do it level. Tell me how XYZ works. So right there will give a big advantage. And the other thing it does is, it tells you how to communicate that information. If you're talking about tech details and you're down here at this level, you should use none. But if we're talking about code, it's going to be all tech details. And in the middle, we're going to have some tech and some, amount in there. The other thing, though, is story. When you think about it, social or user story, that's why they call it a user story, is told in a story format. I'm doing this and I want it to do this, and when I do this I want something to come out in the printer. That's a user story, nothing technical about it. If we're down here, we should be telling it in story format because people relate to that. But if we're working up here in the code level, we better not be telling a whole much story, we better be talking a whole lot of tech. So the 3 degrees of interest gives you 2 different pieces. First off, a way to talk to somebody about telling them what level do you looking for this information. And secondly, for you, it tells you how should you be telling that information. Or you should be telling it in a story format, or you should be telling it in a tech format, or in a mixed format.